Hello. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's happened on Ravelry recently and how I'm rather annoyed about it. Um, but I guess I can't really say I'm surprised. So, um, Ravelry, for friends who don't know, is a website that is really for sharing knitting, sharing crocheting, selling knitted items, selling crocheted items, getting in touch with other knitters and crocheters around the world, right? I tried to join Ravelry, I think about twice, and I think the first time I did join, but that was like many years ago, all the way back in the Audis, but I didn't really connect with it, so I didn't actually join. And then like many years later, probably 5 or 6 years ago, I tried to join it again, and I was looking around on the website, and it looked like it was from 2003. Like the interfacing on it and the setup of it made it look like it was goddamn from the fucking baby days of the internet. So I was like, I cannot connect with this bullshit. And I also kind of, if I'm remembering correctly, I kind of dicked around on the site, and I didn't connect. I mean, like if I had tried harder, maybe if the website had been a little bit more modern, I would have been able to connect with it more. But just wasn't my style, and so I know of it, right? And I've seen some cool stuff from it. Back in my Tumblr days, I had a knitting only Tumblr, and I'm sure there were really cool stuff on there that were from Ravelry. Anyway, recently, Ravelry has changed a policy of theirs about their website, which is a problem for me, and it's a problem for everyone. So Ravelry is run by women, right? Chances are, because most knitters in the world, the vast majority of knitters in the world, are in fact women. And that's kind of one thing that I like about knitting, is that it is so women centric, and there are so many women who knit, right? However, since most women are children in this day and age, when they're come at me, that kind of makes room for really immature antics and, middle school level fights and shit. Yeah. So anyway, the change that Ravelry made on their website was they banned everything having to do with Trumpkin Pumpkin. They banned selling Trump patterns, knitting patterns. They banned any kind of pro-Trump pattern, selling any kind of pro-Trump garments, knitted garments, crocheted garments. They just straight up banned anyone talking about Trumpkin Pumpkin. And listen, I'm not really a fan of Trumpkin Pumpkin, but I don't think we should ban people from talking about him. Especially because, especially on a website like Ravelry, which is so much about women, but it's probably about a bunch of, Namby, Pamby, Liberlols women. Obviously, some that clearly go by they or go by Z or are transgender and go by he, when in reality she's a woman. A lot of fucking goddamn Liberlols in the knitting world, but I digress. That is a problem, though. That is, in fact, a problem. Y'all can't be so namby-pamby Liberlol about not letting Trumpkin Pumpkin people on your website. What the fuck? I hope they go and make a new website that doesn't look like it's from 2003. And if they're gonna ban political talk about Trumpkin Pumpkin, I bet you they're going to ban turf talk too. If not, I bet you they already have banned turf talk. This is a real problem. Like, the internet is really not really a good place for the most part. I think that it could be a good place if people were more caring and thoughtful and mindful about what they put on the internet. But they're not. So we have this bullshit like people banning Trump and pumpkin talk. The fuck? So that's really dumb. I mean, it would have been another thing if they had banned political talk, period. Political talk overall, right? Like, that would have been different. Still wouldn't have agreed with it. But if they were like, okay, well, if you can't talk about Trump, then you can't talk about any other politicians, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I do know that this is Namby Pamby Liberlol bullshit and it needs to fucking stop. Namby Pamby Liberlol bullshit is another video for another day. But yeah, so shame on Ravelry for banning political talk, for banning Trumpkin Pumpkin patterns. Like, maybe if you don't like something, you can just not fucking click on it. Or maybe if people were like instigating with other people, if someone was going up to a Trumpkin Pumpkin supporter and being like, hey, you suck, I hate you, maybe you could have made a new rule and been like, hey, we don't do that on Ravelry. Sorry. Go the fuck on over to Facebook or YouTube or Instagram if you want to do that bullshit, but we're not going to do it on Ravelry. But that's the thing, like I said earlier, is that women are children. So instead of finding the real solution, they find some kind of diversion to make and don't address the actual problem, which is something that children do. Women are at really the behavioral level of children, you know, walking around wearing slave paint, being good sports about their oppression. That's incredibly childish. And it's just not an improved, it's not an advanced, it's not an adult mindset, right? That's what I'm saying. Now that I'm talking and I've almost finished this ball, I feel like we should talk I feel like I should carry on with the video until the ball of yarn is done. I am gonna try to get to work on hyena hats for y'all, because y'all want the hyena hats, so I feel like it's only fair, and I'm sorry that I haven't gotten to these sooner. I know it's fucking summer, but hey, if I get a move on right now, right, I can have them ready for winter. Yeah, so women need to stop being namby-pamby liberals, and all these idiots on the internet need to stop, like, living in their goddamn fantasy worlds. Like, that shit's a real fucking problem. Hello? What else can I talk about? I just want to give a big shout out to my fans, my actual fans, people who like me, who watch my stuff because they're intelligent and not because they're trying to troll. Thank you. I really appreciate your views. I really appreciate your video requests. I appreciate all your nice messages everywhere, so thank you. Almost done with this ball of yarn. Uh-oh. Check wants to bark at something. So I got this cool new chair and I'm pretty amped for it. I'm going to get better shots of it later. But once I launch my new channel, it'll be on my new channel as well. My new channel is going to have higher production stuff. It's going to be a little bit more streamlined as to what I talk about. Mostly I'm going to talk about movies that currently exist. I'm going to talk about various aspects of entertainment that I know a lot about. So I hope that y'all will join me there once I get there. And you'll meet all kinds of new friends on my show, on my other channel. So that'll be cool, right? Okay. Look, I'm almost done. This is going to be the end of the video. Ta-da!